Andrea Janer, is suing her ex-fiancé, 25-year-old Brad Culverhouse, for breaking an apartment lease and for his share of the utility bills.
Order. All rise.
That's case number 550 on the calendar in the matter of Janer versus Culverhouse. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
How old are you, Miss Janer?
I'm 22.
Prior to moving in with the defendant, with whom you lived, according to you, for about 2 years, what were you doing?
I worked as a home health aide.
Until when?
Until March of 08.
And when did you become pregnant?
July of 08.
Why did you stop working?
They didn't pay gas mileage. I didn't have the money to go all the way into Worcester, which we lived in Creston, which was like 15 to 20 minutes away, but they were running me all over the town, and I didn't have the gas because I was the only one working and paying our rent and all of our bills.
So what kind of income did the family have? It had his income?
When he did work, it wasn't all the time.
Well, who paid the rent?
He did, or my mom.
So let me understand this. Nobody's working full time. You're taking money from your mother, and the solution to the problem is to have a child.
Yeah, well, we didn't plan it.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm sure we didn't plan it.
You don't have to necessarily plan it. All you have to do is be irresponsible.
Well, we didn't plan it, and we were using protection. I was on birth control, and then I didn't have any, I didn't have insurance. I couldn't get birth control, so it wasn't just me, though. It should have been him, too.
But only one of you has the baby.
But there's two of us.
No, but only one of you has the baby. And
Yeah.
who are you living with now?
My mother.
Now 3 of you have a baby.
No, actually 2 of us have a baby because he doesn't take care of her.
No.
Yes.
No. 3 of you have a baby, but only one person is responsible for her, and that's her.
No, I take care of her.
Mm-hmm. Who works?
My mom does, but my mom works, but I still do what I have to do to take care of my kid. At least I'm there taking care of her every single day, unlike him.
So that's what I'm saying. Only one person is supporting her. That's her. Unless you get aid. Do you get aid?
Yes, I do.
Then I'm supporting her. Me and your mother.
I work for what I have to work for the money and stuff I get.
I get it. I understand workfare. This is your problem. You're suing him for broken promises.
I'm suing him for stuff that I got stuck with.
Right.
Because we lived together and he left me with absolutely nothing, and his daughter too. So I shouldn't have to be stuck with all the utilities and all the rent because he left with no notice.
Whose name is on the lease?
It's both of ours.
Let me see it. On what date did he leave?
January 22nd.
And on what date did you leave?
January 30th.
So you have rent due and owing the landlord February, March, and April.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Who's supposed to pay, let's say, half the rent for February, March, and April?
Well, I paid up for 9 months because she didn't have a job. I paid.
That's okay. You were living together.
Okay,
you
but
were living
I left.
together and weren't protecting yourself appropriately. Now, who's supposed to pay?
I think she should pay the rest of it because I paid for 9 months of it. I mean,
no, you can't just leave. Your name is on the lease.
Why can't I leave if it's on?
You can't just leave irresponsibly. Why? Don't speak until you see my mouth close. Because you have a contract, sir. Your contract is with the landlord. You can leave. It's a free country. That doesn't relieve you of your part of the contract. So you have to pay your half of the rent for February, March, and April directly to the landlord, not to her, unless you paid the landlord. Did you?
I was going.
Is not an answer. Did you pay the landlord?
No, I did not yet.
Good. His half of the rent will go directly to the landlord.
Now, is that including the deposit that I'm the one that paid for, that I'll be losing out on without a refund?
No, you paid, just a second. You paid the deposit?
Yes, ma'am.
I assume that when you moved out of the apartment, madam, you left it in good condition?
Yes.
Fine. So the landlord has to apply that deposit the last month. So you're not going to give it back to him. So it's $750 divided by 2 equals $375. That's what you have to send to the landlord, and you lose your deposit. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, what else do you think he owes you for?
Half the utilities that were due. When he left, there were 3 disconnect notices, and that was like the disconnect plus then I got the new bill. I was on a program called PIP, which was to help us with like low-income families help pay the utilities. And when I got them shut off, the accumulated balance is what my bill is. My electric was $856 after the accumulated PIP balance and everything.
So who does that check get made payable to?
AEP.
AEP. And in whose name are the utilities?
Mine.
Can I see it, please? Utilities. AEP, you have to send them a check for $428.
Why should I send them a check when it's not in my name and I'm the one that paid it up to
I don't care.
That don't make
That's
sense,
what was.
though.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't use that much electricity in a month. That was an accumulated bill. I don't care in whose name the bill was. You lived there.
But I'm
You
the one that
used-
paid it all the time.
You didn't pay it because there was
Up
a
until that
balance.
point, yes, I paid it.
Up until what point?
Until the cutoff notice, or we was 2 months behind on it. But
You
I'm the
owe her
only one
400
working and
no,
everything else.
You don't owe her anything. You owe AEP half the bill, $428. What else?
The gas was $234.
What else?
The cable was $92.63.
What else?
On January 30th, when I was packing my stuff up to move to my mother's, he came to the house to get his stuff and agreed to give me half of his income tax return because as of right now, we cannot get child support papers started because he doesn't have an address. So they won't serve him with papers until he has an address.
He's here. Serve him.
They told me they cannot do it unless
Let me
unless
explain
he has an
something to you.
address.
Let me explain something to you. You knew enough how to get him served to get him here.
But the small claims court was different than child support. Child support cannot serve papers to him at court unless he has an address to keep getting paperwork from them, and he does not have one.
I can't help you.
But I should get some of his. He claimed our daughter that he doesn't take care of. He has, in a month and a half,
I can't help you.
In a month and a half, he has not given us any money for diapers or anything. That's his child, too.
Absolutely right.
I feel I should get some of his income tax return that he got because
You're
I
not.
was the one taking care of our daughter, not him. He claimed our daughter, got money for her, and still has not seen her.
Courts are not designed to take care of your kind of problem. Courts are designed to take care of contracts like these. Contracts. Not broken promises, not sadness. And I worked in family court for 25 years, so I'm going to do this for you to help you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Janer says her ex-fiancé Brad Culverhouse owes for breaking their apartment lease and for half of their utility bills.
Who are you?
My name is Keela. I'm his
Get
new
over
girlfriend.
here. Keela what?
Keela Buck,
How old are you?
28,
Where do you live?
in Apple Creek, Ohio.
Address?
18 Apple Creek.
Is the lease in your name?
No, I live with my parents, ma'am.
Where does he live?
He's been staying with me while he's looking
Right.
for another place.
Hey, you think that they keep me here because of this face? They don't. They don't. And how long has he been staying with you while he's looking for a place with your parents?
3 weeks, ma'am.
Prior to that, where did he live?
He stayed with mutual friends
Why did he move in with you?
because he had nowhere else to go.
What do you mean he had nowhere else to go?
Well, I mean, he didn't have nowhere to go.
Well, I know a lot of people who may not have a place to go. I don't invite him to live with me. Why did you invite him to live with you?
I didn't really invite him. It just kind of happened.
What do you mean it kind of happened? Explain that to me.
He's just been staying with me. I was helping him out. My parents and I were helping him out.
Your parents knew him before you did?
No,
Where did you meet him?
I met him at a bar.
Great. You exercise
But
terrific
you-
judgment. Now, you have a house or an apartment?
House,
How many bedrooms in the house?
3,
Where does he sleep?
with me.
That's where you serve him.
Okay.
Got it? Perfect.
But you got
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $966. Out.
Whatever.
Parties are excused.
He cheated on me with the girl that was in court with him, actually.
We just wasn't getting along. It was just always argument and fights.
Just didn't come home, didn't call, didn't nothing, abandoned me and my child.
Just was tired of all the drama and just didn't come home.
I hope he can stay out of my life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams versus Fearman, step forward, please.
Chastity Williams is suing her former dog trainer, Ronald Fearman, for a refund of his fee. Chastity claims that Ronald never managed to get her dog trained.
Miss Williams, you hired the defendant to do some dog training for you. You paid him, according to you, $450 for 6 sessions. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
How many sessions did you give Miss Williams?
After the initial evaluation, 3.
And after the 3 sessions, she terminated your services?
Yes.
And you want your $450 back?
Yes, ma'am.
And he did come 3 times?
Yes, he did.
Well, then you don't get $450 back.
Why not?
Your problem was your dog didn't get trained.
Exactly.
Well, that happens. That doesn't mean you get all your money back. Unless he gave you a written guarantee.
He did.
I'd like to see it.
There you go.
Okay. All right, so let me read you what this says, because you have a whole contract here. It says that there are no cash refunds. Any refunds will be handled as future training sessions. Training is guaranteed for the life of your dog, and if necessary, your dog will be retrained at no cost to you. However, if it is required that the dog stay at the behavior modification school, you will be required to pay boarding at the rate of $20 a day. You understand what all this says?
I understand.
Okay, so why do you think that this contract doesn't apply to you?
Because he voided it. He didn't come when he said he was going to come. The dog wasn't trained even after 3 sessions. And if I wanted to send my dog to a boot camp to be trained, that's what I would have did in the first place. I'd hired him for in-home training to come train my dog at my house because it was more convenient to me that way, and that's what I expected him to do. He guaranteed that my dog would be trained.
No, he didn't. It says that training is guaranteed if you follow through with the program, and they guarantee that they will retrain your dog if your dog is not trained. And if the retraining requires a stay at their school, they will do it for free. But all you have to pay for is the boarding at $20 a day. That's what your contract says.
Okay, but in order to train the dog, you have to come. I mean, how you going to train him if you're not there?
You just told me that he came 3 times.
He came 3. He didn't come 6 times like he promised.
Just a second. Who told him not to come back?
Himself. Every time he had an appointment to come, it was an excuse why he couldn't come.
Just a second. He came 3 times?
Yes.
Did he say to you, I'm not coming back anymore?
No, he didn't call me.
Did you call him?
I emailed him and I told him to call me because I was having concerns about the way the training session was going and how inconsistent he was.
And
he never called me. He emailed me back.
What did he say?
This long email about how...
I'd like to see it.
I couldn't print them off because...
I just want to see the long email he sent to you, after which you claimed that you had no contact with him.
Okay. If she just keeps scrolling down, that's the one he sent.
Okay, so he goes into a lengthy explanation, and he says, please contact him. After this email, did you contact him?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and where is your response to him?
If you, I can...
Let her show me. I don't do those things. Show me your response to his lengthy email.
Okay.
Why don't you read it to me?
I emailed him back and I said, no, our initial was the 13th of October and a Friday, and you canceled that Friday and came on Sunday. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but I expect to see some results by now. He emailed me back. He said, I appreciate your understanding and patience. What afternoon is good for you? Friday at 4 is perfect for me, but I want you there.
Okay, go ahead.
I emailed him back and I said, Friday at 4 is fine. I would like to schedule the 2 remaining visits also. As my grandmother is getting fed up with the dog, she's saying the dog is going to have to go. And then he never responded back. Friday at 4, I take off work early to be there for the dog sessions. He never shows.
And that was the last communication that you had with him by email?
No.
No.
Oh, well then let me see the rest of the emails.
Can I speak what I did after that?
No. I emailed him back and I said, Ron, what happened to you coming today at 4? It's 5 o'clock and you're still not here. I haven't heard anything from you today. And our last communication was on Wednesday when I emailed you back saying today at 4 would be great. I left work early for this lesson and for what? Nothing.
And he said?
He emailed me back and he says, I was waiting for a reply that you could be here. We can do it Monday at 4, or at this point I don't want to keep Tonka here for 5 days for free. As long as you can come here for the first lesson afterwards, and I will still do 1 or 2 more lessons at your home. Just let me know.
So he offered to give you 5 lessons at the boot camp?
Yes.
For free?
A stay of 5 days.
A stay of 5 days. Why didn't you do that?
Because by this point, I didn't trust him. And I mean, his boot camp is literally an hour away from my house. It's inconvenient for me to travel there to get my dog trained.
Where's the dog now?
I had to give the dog away.
When?
I had to give him away February 18th through the 22nd. I went to Miami, Florida, and then to the Bahamas for a cruise. While I was on my way to the Bahamas, my grandmother called me and told me that the dog was running around loose and that the police, which my son, came to the house and said, if you do not keep this dog in the house, we're going to charge you $1,000. I said, at this point, I don't have $1,000 to get somebody for a fine. I don't have any more money to hire somebody to come train him. So I took him to the SPCA. So now I don't have a dog, and I'm out my money for trainings for something he said he could do, and then he didn't do it.
You have to read what the contract says.
I read it.
What he says in this contract is, I guarantee that if you do what I tell you to do,
and
which includes retraining your dog or training your dog at a boot camp if necessary, and I'll do that for free if it doesn't take, but you have to be involved by following what it says here. Then you have a guarantee.
But if you don't do all 6 lessons, how do you expect me to know if the dog trained or not to even say he needs to go to boot camp?
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
You're going to get back half of what you paid him because he only came 3 times.
Okay.
And the last time he was supposed to come, he didn't show up. And I have a feeling that he's very, very busy and that there were other times that he didn't show up. I read some of the emails, sir. You got a turkey baster in your knee. Your mother had a stroke. The henny penny, the sky was falling, and there was an earthquake in Southern California. I read all your emails. No excuse. Not an excuse. But you were there 3 times.
Well,
You're entitled to get paid for the 3 visits you made to her house.
I explained to her from the very beginning, I run a dog boot camp, the most original one in the United States.
This is your contract.
Well,
I don't care what you explain to her. Your contract with her falls within the 4 corners of this document. It says you're going to provide her with 6 visits, and you didn't show up at all
She didn't show
for the
for
4th
any.
one.
She didn't show for any.
She doesn't have to. The
yes,
dog's
she did.
there. No.
I required her to show.
Just a second. Show me here.
Well,
show me
it
here.
was a verbal,
Show me here.
you know.
Just, you're not
Okay.
paying attention.
You're right.
Show me here.
You're right.
This is your
It was a-
contract.
it was
If
a
you want to
verbal-
use a verbal contract,
agreement.
don't sign it.
Okay.
This is your contract.
Okay.
It works for you and against you. You can't tell me anything beyond this. I required her to be there, then it would say, I require you to be there. It doesn't say it. It doesn't exist.
Lesson learned.
You didn't show up.
Lesson learned.
You owe her $225.
Could I explain anything?
No, you owe $225. Goodbye. Explained enough.
Thank you.
Parties are excused.
Is suing her former friend, Christina Diamond, for scamming her on a deal to buy season tickets for the Minnesota Vikings.
Order. All rise.
Yeah, that's case number 548 on the calendar in the matter of Schnetzer versus Diamond.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Ms. Schnetzer, how long have you and the defendant been friends?
We had known each other about a year.
Not true.
You meet, just a second. From where?
Well, I met her at work. So this
When?
was back in 2008.
No.
Ms. Diamond, don't interrupt her again. What month in 2008?
I believe it was March, April.
When did you and Ms. Schnitzer meet?
Actually, we met in 607, and me and Tammy worked together.
Where did you
At
meet?
Direct Buy.
Is that where you both worked?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Were you working in Direct Buy in June of 07?
Yes.
Is that where you met her?
I thought it was 08. But
It was 07.
Your lawsuit alleges that the defendant sold you fake tickets. The defendant says it was your scam, not hers. So why don't you tell me, when did this discussion start about tickets?
July 7th, 2009.
Go ahead.
She called me up and said that
Don't look down. Look at me.
she wanted to offer me her season tickets that she inherited from her father, who had recently passed away.
My dad's not dead.
No. If you speak again, I'm going to rule in her favor and I'm going to throw you out. You don't want that.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
She told me her father passed
Just
away.
a second. I want you to tell me what the exact conversation was. She called you on the phone and said what?
Said I have seasons to the Minnesota Vikings, and she knew that I loved the Minnesota Vikings. I'm a huge fan, and offered them to me for $500, which was a really good deal for season tickets. And I asked her why, and she said when her father passed, she received a huge inheritance from her father and didn't need the money.
Go ahead.
We met 2 days later, July 9th, I wrote her check for $500 for the tickets, and I received a receipt. She didn't have the tickets right then and there because they're season tickets, and you don't get those until usually the first week of August. You receive those. So we had agreed that I would pick them up at the will call booth at the Metrodome where the Vikings play after the first season opener, which was September 13th. So
don't look down,
on
look at me.
September 13th, I called the ticket office. They didn't have them. And so I followed up a week later, again calling there, and
no tickets.
No tickets. They were going to be
okay. So
in my
you
name.
still haven't gotten the tickets.
Still haven't gotten the tickets. So then,
okay. And when for the first time did you ask Miss Diamond for the tickets?
When I called her on the 21st of September, I called and left her a message on her cell phone, just stating that the tickets weren't there. So give me a call and let me know what's going on. And later that night, I got a phone call at 7:30 p.m. from her boyfriend, Antoine, called me and said, "I'm sorry to tell you, but Christina has passed away." And I'm in shock. I'm just shocked as can be. I mean, I was upset, and I asked when she passed away. He said 6 weeks ago, and I asked how. She said a diabetic attack, and I knew she had diabetes. So, I mean, who would do such a cruel thing? I mean, I believed him. So that was that, and of course I had to figure out what was going on with these tickets. I had my brother and his friend coming from out of state that weekend to use 2 of the tickets. There was 4 total. So I asked Antoine if he could contact Don, her husband, and find out what's going on.
How much are 4 season tickets worth?
Depending on where you're sitting, these ones were very good seats.
How much were they worth?
Probably about $2,000.
More than that.
Shut.
Oh, sorry.
Now, if someone wanted to turn those kinds of tickets into, let's say, the stadium, how much do you think they could get for them?
Quite a bit.
Give me. You're the fan.
Depending on the game, if it's a Packer game, you could sell them for twice as much as face value. So if they were $130 seats,
I'm talking about the whole season.
A seat. If you sold them all, $3,500, $4,000.
So this was a real bargain she was offering you, a real bargain, because she could have sold them herself back to the stadium for $2,000, right?
Right.
It's really pretty nuts of her to sell them to you for $500.
That was a good friend of hers. I trusted her.
No, I didn't ask you whether you trusted her. You didn't even know when you met her. You didn't even know when you met her. This is a really good deal, because all she had to do was get in the car and drive 5 minutes, and she would have been able to get 4 times as much as she sold them to you for, right?
Right.
Because Miss Diamond has a whole different story, which I'm going to hear now. Now it's your turn.
Thanks, Judge Judy. Actually, like I said, we did meet on 7/9/2009 at Caribou Coffee, myself and Tom.
Who's Tom? Raise your hand.
We met with Tammy, sat down like we've been friends since 07, and we met at work. We kicked it off. She was.
What did you meet for on the 9th?
We met for the fact that she asked me that she needed some money for her rent, that she was on unemployment.
That's not true.
Listen, I do not want you to speak now. You know how I told her? She spoke out. I was going to rule in your favor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you respond to her, I'm just going to dismiss your case. Now you got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Now you have to go back. You have to go back to why you were meeting, the conversation that you had with Ms. Schnitzer that caused you to meet.
The conversation is that Tammy had called and indicated that she
When did she call you?
She called on 7/6/09.
Tell me what she said.
She said, I need some money, as usual. I can't afford my rent, and I need some money from you. And she's borrowed already $1,800 from us in the past, me and my husband. And she indicated that we need to cook up a scam because her brother and his friends like Vikings tickets. So she had us meet her at Caribou Coffee, indicated...
No. What did you say to her?
I said to her, okay, I'll meet you there and discuss if you need some money. At that point, we didn't know what the Vikings tickets were in reference to, nor what was going to go down at the Caribou Coffee in Minneapolis.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tammy Schnitzer says her former friend, Christina Diamond, scammed her on a deal to buy season tickets for the Minnesota Vikings. Christina says It's Tammy who's running the scam.
Go ahead. So on 7-9, I drove over there. Obviously, she's my friend. I've tried to help her out numerous times, and she indicated to me at that point, and Tom, that she needs some help with some money, so she wanted to create a scam, had us write her a receipt. She'd write me $500 to tell her brother that she had bought Vikings tickets from me for the season so that her brother would give her the $30,500 difference. So basically, she was going to tell him that she paid $500 of it, and because her brother had money, she was going to scam him, show him the receipt of the canceled check and the receipt, and have him give her the $3,000 difference until she could pay him some money back because she was on unemployment. So that's what went down, and I said, okay, well, I tell you what, I'll help you out this time. It's my stupidity that I said I'd help her out, obviously. But again, we've given her money before.
But you told me in your answer, madam, that she also gave you $50 from the
$500.
Correct.
Yes, she did, ma'am.
So
she
that
told
was
me
payment for your
services, per
services.
se. Yeah, we all went down. I called my husband from Caribou Coffee, which is here, Don, and he had met us downtown St. Paul in his courier van, and Tammy disclosed the plan to him and sent me into her bank and indicated that she'd give me $50 of the $500 so that she could make approximately $3,000 off her brother and his friends for the season.
over here. Tell me what you know.
I received a call from Christina telling me that she wanted me to come down to the bank because she had to cash a check for Tammy. And then I went down there and Tammy filled me in and said, I need to make some money and I'm going to make it this way by selling the Viking tickets.
Mm-hmm. Sit. Who are you?
Tammy's brother.
I'd like to hear from you. Tell me your last name.
Mike Schnetzer.
Tell me what you know about your sister's financial difficulties.
First of all, if she needed any money, she would go to me.
No, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, tell me what you know about your sister's financial difficulties.
I'm not aware of her having any difficulties financially.
Was she employed during the entire months of June, July, and August of 2009?
No.
How was she supported?
She had unemployment.
When was the last time your sister had a full-time job?
Beginning of last year, I believe.
What kind of job did she have last year?
She worked at Direct Buy Marketing.
How long did she have that job?
Probably 3 years. 4 years.
All right, Mr. Schnitzer, now tell me what you know about these tickets.
Tammy called me after she found out that she was going to get these tickets.
So your sister called you. Do you remember when she called you?
Middle of July.
July of
09.
And do you remember exactly what she said to you?
She said, I got a great deal on season tickets, and they're $500.
Did she say who she got the tickets from?
Yep,
Mr.
she explained. She explained Christina, a former coworker and friend for about a year, and explained her family situation with her dad passing, and she had a lot of money, she didn't need it, and she was going to give the tickets to Tammy because she's a big fan, and she wanted to give it to somebody that would appreciate them.
And she was going to sell her the tickets.
That's right, for $500.
And you understand, Mr. Schnitzer, that Miss Diamond could have turned around and just gone to the stadium and sold the tickets for 4 times as much.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, that's correct.
Didn't that sound odd to you?
Yes.
Your statement that she was going to sell her the tickets for $500?
But I trusted my sister, trusting her.
No. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Mr. Schnitzer? Doesn't that sound odd to you that your sister would say, I have this great deal on tickets that are really worth $3,500. I can get them for $5,000. Would you have bought them from your sister for $2,000? Would you have bought them from your sister for $2,000, Mr. Schnitzer?
Maybe.
This $500 amount for 4 tickets, which were well-placed tickets, was an unusual treasure.
I believe.
Just a second. Were an unusual treasure for $500, and I do not believe, Mr. Schnitzer, that his sister said, I got this great buy for $500. That I don't believe, because it would have been a great buy at $2,000, and you would have bought them at $2,000. Maybe you did. I don't know whether you did or not, but I'm not sure I believe you, Miss Schnitzer, that that's how it came down. Do you understand?
I'm telling the truth.
Okay. So does
She
Miss
is
Diamond
lying.
say she's telling the truth?
She's lying.
Yeah. Your case is dismissed. That's
Thank
all.
you.
Parties are excused. May step out.
They all scammed me to make money to pay their bills.
She scammed me out of $500
It's ridiculous what they were applying.
and a lot of emotional distress.
Oh, there is no friendship.
I'm a trusting person.
The brother just came out saying I should be in jail.
I trusted her. She said she was my friend.
For what? A civil $500 case? Okay.
And she lied to me. She lied to me.
But you lost.
She was lying every second out there.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Fredera versus Gillespie, step forward, please.
Terry Fredera is suing her ex-boyfriend, Kenneth Gillespie, for bail money, attorney fees, and utility bills.
Ms. Fredera, you and the defendant have had an on-again, off-again relationship for many years. According to the complaint that I read, you had not spoken to or seen the defendant in about 18 months. When you received a telephone call from him from jail.
That's correct.
The telephone call from jail said that he had been arrested for his 4th DUI and he needed some help from you. So you hired a lawyer, bailed him out of jail, and then invited him back to your house, where he stayed for about 6 weeks. Then he left. You want him to pay you back the money that you laid out for his bail, rent, for the fines from his DUIs. All of that encompassed several $1,000s. He says that he doesn't know you were dying. I am totally disinterested in rent or his share of utilities for 6 weeks. How long have you lived in your house?
I've lived in my home since 1991.
So his living there did not cause you any greater expense? That was really a rhetorical question. The answer is no. And you hadn't heard from this bad boy in 18 months. And he wasn't calling you to tell you that he had an epiphany and he was in love with you and he wanted to get back together with you. We called you from jail. 4th DUI, where you had to go bail him out of jail. So I'm not thinking that there was a whole lot of conversation about rent. But I would like to find out from you and from you, sir, about your incarceration. So why don't you tell me when you were picked up and for what?
Okay, I was arrested March the 10th, 2009. And like you said, I hadn't spoke to Terry for some 18 months or so.
I already said that, sir. You should have been paying attention rather than daydreaming. Listen, March 10th, you got picked up. For what?
DWI, 4th offense.
Were you already on probation for DUI?
No.
When was your last DUI prior to March 10th?
I think 2006.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
Back problems and internal problems.
How long have you been on disability?
2005.
Where did you work prior to 2005?
I had my own business.
When you say internal problems, are you talking about gastrointestinal problems?
Liver.
And how many DUIs have you had since 2005, since you went on disability for your bad liver?
2.
Well, I guess you don't learn.
Been sober for about a year now.
Great. If you've been sober for about a year, why aren't you working? Is not an answer. Okay. Calls you from jail. And
he asked me if I could help him get out of jail. He knew that I had a little money at the time, and I asked him, I said, well, you know, I haven't seen you or spoke to you in so long. How do I know you're going to pay me back? Because he owes me money for past anyway. So he told me that.
He owes you money for what?
He owes, well, it's just the past 10 years. You know, at one time he didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. But I asked him, my question was, how are you going to pay me back? Because
that's a good question. He doesn't work.
And he told me he had a paycheck coming to him that was due to him, that he was working.
How could he have a paycheck? He's on disability.
He was working on some job, and he did have a paycheck due to him.
How do you know that? What job was he working on? You must have found out.
He told me he had been working.
Oh, did he tell you what he had been working at?
No, ma'am.
This all comes together.
Here's a copy of the check. I paid Mr. Ernie. This was an attorney. He had recommended somebody in jail, recommended that attorney. And on the back of that little business card has Ernie's signature, where I paid him $3,000.
All right. So now you're out $3,000 for the lawyer's fees. How much did he pay you back?
He's paid me a total of $1,747.19.
Where'd you get the money from?
I'd had that one paycheck, and
What paycheck?
I had done some electrical work the first part of 2009.
How much did you get?
That check, I believe, was a little less than $1,400.
Did you report it to the government?
Yes.
They take it off your disability?
No. I haven't that's the first money I've earned since I've been on disability.
This was in March of 09.
Right.
Well, how much have you earned since March of 09?
Nothing.
So this was just lucky that it was just around this time that you got that check.
Right.
Since 2005.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Now, you paid her back, according to her, $1,747. What did you pay her the $1,747 for?
I was just trying to help her out.
You were. You're going to help her out a little more, to the tune of $1,253, because that finishes up your lawyer's fee. Judgment for the plaintiff, the amount of $1,253. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Jill claims she was neglecting his children.
Order. All rise.
Yeah, this is case number 586 on the calendar in the matter of Peary versus Chambers. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, lady, have seats, please.
Ms. Peary, you had provided child care for Mr. Chambers' children for some time. Your complaint is that he removed his 2 children from your daycare facility recently without giving you the requisite month's notice. He had only given you 2 weeks' notice because he had paid the beginning of the month and he removed the children in the middle of the month. Mr. Chambers states that he believes that his children received inadequate care. He was quite concerned about an incident that occurred at your daycare facility with one of his children, and because of that, he should not be required to give you the 30 days notice. That's your position, sir. Is that right?
That is my position, Your Honor.
Okay. When did you start to take care of the Chambers children?
Initially in January of 2001.
And how old were they at that time?
They were quite young. The youngest was crawling, and their older was around 1-ish.
That would be hard. How old were your children in January of 2001, sir?
I believe my youngest was just about 6 months, and the older, I believe, Your Honor, was just turned 2.
And they were there full time?
That's correct.
Now, there was a time when they left your facility for a brief period of time, and then they came back a few months later. When did they terminate your service?
December.
December what?
Of 2002.
December what?
Well, they had paid through the last day of December.
When did they remove the children? What date? Yes, sir.
December 19th, I believe, Your Honor.
Oh, right, where they did not come back. That's correct.
Now, Mr. Chambers, you're going to tell me why you removed the children on the 19th.
On that date, I, along with my friend, had gone to pick up my children. It was approximately 4:45. When I arrived, my child, who was 3 at the time, was sitting next to a piano in the living room, crying, and he had...
What's his name?
His name is Tyler. And he was wearing this shirt, Your Honor, and it was soaked on this sleeve, and he had chewed little holes in here. He was sitting on the floor. I didn't see any adult, so I went over and I addressed him and asked what was going on. At that stage, my 2-year-old ran up and said, Tyler's in trouble. Then the adult supervisor at the time, whose name was Liz, entered the room and said, "Oh, I'm glad you're here. We're very angry at Tyler." I asked her, well, what's going on? She goes, he scratched Mrs.
Just a second. Is Liz an employee of yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is she now?
Because of the incident, they had a state investigation, and all claims were cleared. And so
Where is she now?
She's working at the daycare.
You did not bring her?
No, ma'am.
Where were you during this incident?
I was present.
You were there at 4:45 p.m.?
I had left at 3:45.
So you weren't there at 4:45?
Correct.
Her employee's working. She chose not to bring her. I'm going to let you tell me what she told you.
Yes, ma'am. And also,
she said they were very angry at Tyler.
They were very angry at Tyler. He had scratched Miss Jen's piano. She showed me the scratches. There was considerable damage. He is only 3. To me, it was my understanding he had been doing it for some time.
Did Tyler cause considerable damage to your piano?
No, I did a simple polish on the piano, and they all but disappeared.
At the time, it looked like it was scratched?
Oh, it had been scratched, but it wasn't considerable. It wasn't anything that I was too concerned about. But he had done something.
Okay. Were you present when he scratched the piano?
Yes, ma'am.
What time did he scratch the piano?
It was during nap time, which was 12:30, between 12:30 and 2 o'clock.
Well, where were you?
During nap time, he lays in the living area, the general area, and I am in the kitchen area, which overlooks the general area.
You did not see him marking up the piano?
No, I did not.
When did you discover that he had marked up the piano?
When I was cleaning up after nap time.
What time, 2 o'clock?
Yes, it was between 2 and 2:30, and had found the scratches and said, Tyler, did you do this? What happened? And he showed me he had brought in a piece of clay from outside. We'd had a windstorm and a pot broke. Brought it in and had started writing his T's and his letters on the piano.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
This is not a business for you, madam.
I've been in the business for 13 years.
Well, I
love
want to tell you
their
something.
children.
I don't know where, but I wouldn't leave my child with you.
They're very well watched over. In fact,
what I'm telling you is it's outrageous.
And later today,
I finally got the chow off, and I went back to get the Rottweiler off. That's when I got bit in the thumb. I picked my dog up, and he was full of holes.
child care provider Jennifer Peary says former client Mitchell Chambers owes for breaking their contract. Mitchell claims Jennifer gave his son a 3-hour timeout.
So from 2:30 to 4:45, he was in timeout?
No, ma'am. No. He was in a 15-minute timeout.
Yeah. Well, why was he still sitting in a corner at 4:45 crying?
That is not the case.
Well, you weren't there from 3:45 until at least 4:45. Is that right?
I did ask
Okay. Now, what did her employee Liz tell you?
I asked her, well, when did this happen? And she stated between 12:30 and 1. The children were down for naps, and she heard Miss Jen scream and was upset about the piano. And then she said that they found some pottery in the room. They asked Tyler, and Tyler said he had scratched the piano. And this is the shirt that he was wearing, and his diaper was also wet. I have reason to believe I can't understand that he wasn't there for 3 hours.
Right. Your Honor, he regularly chewed on his clothing. He was a very nervous child, and he regularly chewed holes in his clothing and had quite a bit of saliva and drool. So that was very normal for him to chew on his clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I left at 3:45, I told my employee, go make dinner, get, the evening ready. He was done with his timeout. It had been done and over with.
Who was your employee?
Liz.
How many children do you have?
There were probably approximately 11.
11 children, and how many employees? One?
It is myself.
You weren't there at
Right,
3:45.
I have 3 employees.
How many were there that day?
2. At that time, it was 1.
And you told the one employee that was there to go inside in the kitchen and get ready for dinner?
At the time,
That's what you just
she
told
is
me.
not
I mean,
left
is that
with-
what you just told
Right.
me? You told me
Right.
you left, you had one other employee, you had 11 children, including at least 2 toddlers, one 2 years old and one 3 years old.
Right.
One that had already brought a sharp enough object into the house so that they could damage a piece of wood. That piece of sharp object that he brought in from the house could just as easily have hurt him as hurt your piano. And you left 11 children in the care of one person who you told to go in and prepare dinner.
There were not 11 children there at the time.
Well, that's
there
what
was
I
there
asked you.
in the day.
I asked you how many children were there on December 19th?
For the total day. But when I leave one employee in charge, no more than 8 children can be there at a time.
Good. You left one person with 8 children,
correct,
toddlers, and you told that employee to go and prepare dinner.
Right. She takes the children with her into the kitchen area.
Miss
She
Perry?
has, pardon me?
You're going from bad to worse, madam.
Oh, I'm just trying to get my point across. because-
You're getting your point across. She takes all 8 children with her into the kitchen to cook dinner?
That is
Where were you
correct.
going at 2:45?
My daughter has piano practice, and I take her to practice, and then I come back home. So the situation had not gotten out of hand.
Miss Perry.
Yes, ma'am.
This is not a business for you, madam.
I've been in the business for 13 years.
Well, I
love
want to tell you
their
something. I
children.
don't know where, but I wouldn't leave my child with you. You have 8 toddlers that you're putting in a kitchen with somebody who's preparing dinner, and you're out taking your daughter to piano practice. That's outrageous.
They're very well watched over. In
What
fact,
I'm telling you is it's outrageous, and you shouldn't be here. So if you've been in business for 13 years, I would suggest that you take your business and its good name and walk out the door, because if they gave you 2 weeks' notice under these circumstances, that's all you were entitled to. Goodbye.
Can I mention the state?
Goodbye.
She didn't even let me
Why does
say
that
anything.
excuse? They step out.
They had the state investigate me. They did a 30-day grueling investigation, and I was cleared of all charges.
It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means that they couldn't prove it.
I really don't think they wanted to pay me. They wanted to get out of payment, and so they made up a story.
The children obviously aren't old enough to really be a witness. They pretty much took my version and then her version and said it was a draw.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Meyer versus McDermott. Step forward, please.
Terry Meyer is suing student Elisa McDermott for vet bills and pain and suffering due to a dog attack. Elisa says Terry's dog attacked first.
Mr. Meyer, it is your claim that the defendant's dogs bit not only you, which was a minor injury,
Right.
but seriously injured your dog
Yes.
by biting your dog. You want the defendant to be responsible for all of the bills that you sustained as a result of this attack. Ms. McDermott says that the whole incident was your fault. So I'd like you to tell me where this happened, what time it happened, who else was present when it happened.
It happened on January 12th in our city park, and I walk my dog there every day, 3 times a day.
What kind of a dog do you have?
I have a little rat terrier husky mix,
How much does the dog weigh?
about 25, 30 pounds.
What time of the day were you walking?
6 o'clock, exactly.
Go ahead.
I got out of my truck and I walked down to the lake, and my dog was on a leash, and I felt the leash go all the way out, and I turned around and there was 2 dogs on my dog chewing on him.
Excuse me?
Don't speak until I get to you.
Okay, thank you.
I turned around and the dogs were chewing on my dog, and his leash broke. I ran over to my
What kind of a lead was it? One of those that...
little retractable on a little cord, but he's a little dog, and the dogs were chewing him up. I ran over there and I jumped on the dogs. There was nobody around when I jumped down on the dogs. Then all of a sudden I looked up and she was standing there.
What kind of dogs were these?
One was a Rottweiler Black Lab mix, and one was a Chow dog. The Rottweiler had his jaws locked on my dog's behind, and I couldn't get him off. I screamed at the lady to help me get her dogs off of him, and she couldn't get him off. So
Did she try?
She tried, but she couldn't get him off. I pulled the Rottweiler's jaws off my dog, and I got him off, and then I went to get the Chow off my dog, and the Rottweiler grabbed back a hold. So I was fighting with 2 dogs at the same time. I finally got the Chow off, and I went back to get the Rottweiler off. That's when I got bit in the thumb. I picked my dog up, and he was full of holes. I could almost reach inside of his stomach.
He had several surgeries.
Yeah, he had to go in surgery like 2 or 3 times.
Okay, how did you find Miss McDermott?
I searched everywhere. I couldn't find her after I took my dog to the vet. She was gone already. The police came there right away. They couldn't find her. Then the city newspaper printed it in the paper.
And you went into the police station?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Now let's go back to the 12th.
Okay.
At about 6 o'clock in the evening, you're walking your 2 dogs. One is a Rottweiler mix.
Yes, I have. Did you want pictures?
I'd like to take a look at them, please, Bird.
And I also have something from the vet, and I have his vet bill.
Want to tell me what happened with your dogs?
Okay,
on the
it
12th?
was dark. It had just snowed quite a bit. We came around some evergreen trees, and I see a white, and I think it had some black on it, dog running at my dogs. So my dogs protected themselves. They did not attack his dog.
Were your dogs off the leash?
Yes, they were. And I paid the fine, and his dog actually was off the leash also.
I know, but unfortunately, his dog didn't bite yours, nor did his dog bite you.
He threw himself on his dog. My dogs didn't go after him.
All precipitated by the fact that there were dogs off the leash. Mr.
And actually, his dog did bite mine, but my dogs, as you can see in the pictures, have really thick fur.
I'm waiting for why you don't think you're responsible.
Because his dog wasn't on a leash, my dog wasn't on a leash. My dog did not attack his dogs, nor did they attack him.
Well, let me ask you this question. What efforts did you make to pry your dog away from his dog?
He ran about the same time I did. He threw himself on his dog, and I retrieved my dogs. He never tried to retrieve my dogs because he was laying on the ground over his dog.
What caused you to go to the police?
The first time I checked, there had been nothing said about it, and then friends of mine had read it in the newspaper, because I walk all over town. Everybody knows what dogs I have.
Now, Mr. Mayor, I have these vet bills, and is this correct that your total out-of-pocket expense for your dog was $304?
Exactly.
Is there any other evidence that you want to give me?
Yes, I have pictures of my dog.
I'd like to see them.
Here's one before. There's the dog after he was attacked, and me.
What did you do for the bite on your thumb?
I cleaned it up. I was so occupied with all this, I didn't have time to go to the doctor. This was a 17-day nightmare. I mean, my dog could hardly move. He couldn't do anything. I have...
Miss McDermott, is this the first summons you've received for letting your dogs be
Yes.
without a leash? Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. I have her arrest. Well, she turned herself in, but they considered it an arrest paper. And if her dog didn't bite before, why did she put her own dog to sleep?
Which dog did you put to sleep?
I put the Chow to sleep.
Why?
Because when he was very young, I had problems between the two dogs. And what I felt about the incident was that Chewy is that's the Chow that I put to sleep, is a very protective dog. He's not a vicious dog, he doesn't attack, but he was very protective of me. And I didn't want to have a situation where a young girl lost control or a young child lost control of their dog. It happened in another city.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Now, she put the Chow to sleep, but the Rottweiler did all that damage. Those dogs were vicious. I mean, there was... And what if it was a little kid at the park? Because we live by a school.
Well, Miss McDermott then takes a serious risk. This is certainly some serious damage that was done to this dog, and this was done by the Rottweiler.
Yeah, most of it, just the puncture wounds on the back.
See, now I don't know how he can say he knows which dog gave, because he threw himself on the dog and it was screaming and excited and his dog ran at us.
He knows.
So
I put my hands in their mouth to
knows.
pry them out. I know what dog they were.
He knows. Okay, so the pain and suffering that you're asking for is the pain and suffering for the dog.
Yes.
I don't know of any court that awards pain and suffering for the animal, sir. This clearly was a situation that was instigated, in my judgment, by her two dogs being off the leash. And I wish I had more confidence in the fact, Mr. Mayor, that your dog was on a leash.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you, sir? I'm not so confident that when you let your dog out of the truck, you weren't just going to go around the park comfortably like she was doing. That doesn't say that this should be the result.
Right.
So absolutely, Miss McDermott has to pay for your vet bills. And I'm also sure that, are you a working man?
No, I'm disabled. I don't work. I spent 17 days taking care of this dog.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say you would also be entitled to the time that you spent away from your job tending to the dog.
Yeah.
Taking the dog to the vet, but you are unemployed.
No,
So you're
I'm
disabled.
yes.
Okay. So judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $304. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
$1,700 is excessive, I think, for pain and suffering when he had 6 vet bills.
I had a 12-foot leash. No, if the dogs weren't attacking my dog, you wouldn't have... No.
I actually agree with how she presented it. I think it should be taken a little different since they were both dogs involved, because dogs don't act like people.
Could have been a little kid, like I said. Her dogs were vicious. They should have both been put to sleep.
Is suing the mother of his daughter, 22-year-old Tiffany Heron, for the return of a TV and home theater system. Tiffany claims Justin abandoned the property.
Yeah, it's case number 151 on the calendar in the matter of Clausen versus Harum. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Miss Harum, while I have a busy day today and I'm not going to make you leave the courtroom, I'm going to suggest that the next time you appear in court, you are more appropriately dressed. Do we understand each other?
Sorry, Your Honor.
You're not going to a beach party today. Today you come to court. When you come to court, you come appropriately dressed. We understand each other?
Definitely.
Good. Now, Mr. Clausen, you and the defendant have a child together.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it is your complaint that when you separated some time ago, you left your television set and entertainment center with Miss Harum.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want those items back.
Yes,
because you say you paid for them and you're still paying for them.
Yes.
Ms. Harum says you left her not only with the child, but with a whole stack of bills, and she paid as many payments as you did on that television set and entertainment center. They don't belong to you, they belong to her. When did the two of you separate, sir?
We separated in January of 04.
And when was the television purchased?
In September of 03.
And the entertainment center?
As well, the same time. And the TV stand as well.
You moved out of the house, sir, in January of 2004?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you left the television set and entertainment center there?
Yes, I took everything else that I could, but I did not have a truck to take that.
Well, between January 2004 and June of 2005, I assume that you could have gotten a truck.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you didn't.
I did. I called the police. She wouldn't let me get it. I called the police and they said...
The first time that you asked for it was what date?
A couple days after that. I was like, hey, can I get it back? She said, no. Too bad.
Okay, fine. When did you first file a claim against her in small claims court, which you did in order to initiate this case for the return of your TV and entertainment center?
I have it right here when I went.
What's the date?
The date is 3/15 of 05.
So I'm going to ask you, where were you for 14 months?
Yeah, I'm trying to become a firefighter. And I was going to school 4 or 5 days a week, and I just didn't have any time for that at all. And taking
Well,
care
what
of
are you doing now?
Now I took some time off because we went through a bunch of custody hearings for our child.
One custody hearing.
Mediation, meeting lawyers, and everything else.
Just a second. So you took time off for that?
Yes.
And when was the custody case ultimately decided?
3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Give me the date.
May 18th.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at what stage of the proceedings were the custody and visitation and support case in at the time that you filed the small claims court case?
I filed it right after that.
Right after what?
After we went to mediation, I filed for small claims court on...
Well, what happened at mediation?
I tried taking it through mediation. She wouldn't have anything to do with it. Her mother said that she would pay me $1,500 for it, but she...
What are you talking about?
May I say something?
Yes.
In mediation, he took my daughter from a family member's house, which happens to be my cousin's mother. He wouldn't let me see my daughter, so I went down and I filed custody papers. They granted me full temporary custody.
When was that?
In March.
In March, and it was right after that that he filed the small claims court case?
That is correct, and it was the day that he was ordered to pay me child support that he served me the papers for the small claims court.
Tell him why.
Excuse me?
I was going to have him tell her. Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
I didn't ask you anything. Now, on what date did you take your daughter from this lady's house?
I'm not sure of the date, Your Honor.
Well, if you're not sure of the date, she is. What was the date?
March 15th.
Yes, madam. You want to get up and say something?
Yes, I do.
You're exploding.
Yes, it was March 23rd.
What was March 23rd?
That the baby was removed from the cousin's house because we had a phone call.
She was
don't speak.
We had a phone call from a bounty hunter looking for Tiffany. And the bounty hunter stated that he needed to get hold of her and that the guy that they're looking for was a drug dealer. So her family told Justin to go get Kea. And that's why Justin went and got Kea.
Her father and her...
Just a second. There was a hearing, ultimately.
Yes,
Is that
Your Honor.
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at the hearing, who was awarded custody?
She was. I did not have any paternity tests.
Have you had one now?
No, the court did not order me one. They
Why
said,
not?
I have no idea. They just said that, okay, well, are you willing to take care of this baby if it is or not yours? I said yes. So therefore, no paternity test still, but I am...
Did you ask for a paternity test?
Yes, Your Honor. And they didn't really do anything about it.
He actually filled out the paperwork and everything.
In
They were
courts.
served to me in court when we had our custody hearing.
Oh, fine. Very good. So right now there has been no legal adjudication of paternity. Is that right? Because you haven't had the paternity test.
Exactly.
Your Honor, they made him sign a paper that said that that he didn't have to take a paternity test, that basically when we went to court on May 18th, they were granting him he was the father without the paternity test.
Is that what they did?
Yes.
That was very stupid on your part. Mr. Clausen, I'd always take a paternity test, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
You never can tell.
But that little girl is my whole life. I love her more than anything in the world.
Great. Listen to me. Did you live together?
Yes, Your Honor, we did.
For how long?
4 years?
2 years.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years at our other house in 6 months, so 3, 2.5, almost 3. We were together for a while.
Is this your son? If you can have a paternity test, if you were my son, I would say have one. Giving you my good advice. That's the last thing of good advice you're going to get from me. You left the television in the entertainment center with her for 14 months, sir.
I did, and I kick myself in the butt for it every day.
But you had an agreement.
But the other thing was that if she was to move out, I would be able to get it back. And she says, well, it comes in a package. If you take me back, then I get her and the TV back.
And?
And I don't want that deal.
Why not, sir?
Because he'd rather have a 17-year-old girlfriend.
Shh. Don't interrupt again. I let you slide with the outfit, not with the conduct. Go ahead.
Because, Your Honor, it's just how I've caught her at some guy's house, and it's just wrong, and I don't want to have that lifestyle.
Well, very good. You see why I suggested you get a paternity test, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You went and bought clothes on his Sears account for yourself?
I did buy things for the baby.
You didn't. According to you, you bought cami things for you. Cami in white, cami in pink. Maybe this
shirt to be exact.
And later today,
Miss Bass, you got to understand something. You may waltz around me, but ultimately, I'm going to get to the truth.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Justin Clausen says the mother of his daughter, Tiffany Harum, owes for the return of property and credit card charges made without his permission.
Now, you get a paternity test, sir. What you don't get is a television and an entertainment center that you left there for 14 months. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Madam, you could sit down.
Thank you.
Get over the television and get over the entertainment center. After 14 months, they're abandoned property. You left them there. I assume that your daughter is watching the television set? The one that you left?
No, it's in storage. It's sitting in storage.
Is that sitting in storage?
No, it's not, Your Honor.
Where is it?
It's in my house. In my bedroom, to be exact.
If you would like to call her father would say that it's in the storage. It's underneath his name.
I'm not calling her father. I'm telling you, get over it. Thus far, the order was that she has custody and you have visitation and everything is nice, even though custody didn't end up the way you wanted it to end up, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That doesn't mean that you try to exacerbate an otherwise relatively calm situation by filing a small claims court 14 months after the fact for a television set.
Well, that was
It's
not
stupid.
That was not the only thing, though. She went to Sears and purchased some stuff on my credit card.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Here's the receipt.
You went and bought clothes on his Sears account for yourself?
It's in my name as well, Your Honor.
I don't care if it's on your name. Did you discuss it with him first?
No, it's my credit card, too.
Your Honor,
Who's paying the bill?
We both paid the bill.
No.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I paid the bill before he moved out for over 2 years.
I'm talking about now. This sales
and I offered
check
to pay him.
is dated March 11th, 2005. Well, why all of a sudden did you start using this credit card?
I went one time and...
Well, you have to pay for it.
Because I feel that I have paid my fair share of all of his credit cards, and I have them here.
Listen to me very carefully, madam. I have no counterclaim. All I have is somebody who, after a year and a half, went in and used a credit card just to give him one of these zingers, knowing that you weren't going to pay the bill and he was going to get stuck with it. And I would feel a little bit more compassionate towards you if you bought things for the baby. But you didn't.
I did buy things for the baby.
You didn't. According to you, you bought cami things for you. Cami in white, cami in pink. Maybe this
shirt to be exact.
That you get paid for. So a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $204.81. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a good dad. He was there all through my pregnancy and, and still is for her.
I will continue being a great father.
We were very young. We've been together for a long time, 6 years.
For her, she'll probably keep being a good mother.
We had a lot of growing to do. We're different people now than we were, but definitely still both good people.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bass versus Harpster, step forward, please.
21-year-old Justine Bass is suing her boyfriend's half-brother, 26-year-old Timothy Harpster, for stealing her car. Timothy says the car was in his name.
All right, Miss Bass. This gentleman was your boyfriend's brother. Still your boyfriend?
Yes.
This is the boyfriend?
Yes.
Were you all living together?
Yes.
And according to your complaint, you had a car.
Mm-hmm.
Your insurance was very expensive.
Correct.
Why was your insurance so expensive?
Because I was only 20
so my insurance was really high. And my policy was about to expire, so Tim had given the offer to put it in his name.
Okay, it's your car, and you're going to be driving it.
Primarily, yes.
And in order to get cheaper insurance, you signed the car over to him.
Not only that, we were all living together, and Tim's car was about to get taken because he didn't pay on it, so I was driving his and he was driving mine. And we would all be driving each other's cars, and so he had to put it in his name.
So then it was really all of your car. Everybody paid their fair share of gas and maintenance on it and everything
No, I
else?
paid the maintenance.
Everybody paid gas for the car?
Well, what we drove, we put in gas and stuff, and
You're not Miss Bass. You got to understand something. You may waltz around me, but ultimately, I'm going to get to the truth.
Okay.
You understand?
Sure.
What you did was defraud the insurance company. That was your intent.
No.
Your intent was, oh yes, your intent was that it was really your car, because that's why you're here. That's why you're here. It was really your car. You put it in his name for insurance purposes, because if he took out the insurance, it would be cheaper. And then, when you all had a falling out, he took the car, and you want your car back. That's what the case is about. So it wasn't all of your cars, it was your car. That's what you're suing for. Right?
Right.
Okay. So what you really did was, when you put the car in his name, which he acknowledges, and he acknowledges that it was put in your name for insurance purposes, right?
Yes.
You didn't pay her anything for the car, did you?
No.
She didn't make you a present of the car, did she?
No.
It was put in your name for one reason only, to defraud the insurance company. Right?
Yes.
Now, when did you stop living together?
In February.
Who moved out?
I did.
What'd you do with the car?
Well, it sat at the house. I moved out on the 1st of February, and shortly after that, Justine, my brother, I guess, moved out of the house.
When?
As of, I think it was March, around March 1st.
When did you move out?
We moved out on March 1st.
And?
I actually had some problems with Justine and my brother trying to get some of the things, my belongings, back out of the house. Finally, I did get to pick up the motorcycle that was left in the garage.
I don't care about your things. That's not for me,
Right.
sir. What happened to the car?
Like I said, we had gotten into some arguments and things. I didn't take the car until almost the end of March. The car was left at the house.
In the old house?
Yeah, they actually moved out and didn't take the car with them.
Is that right?
And it sat
We
there.
couldn't. The title was not in my name, and it would be considered stolen, and the cops would have been called, and I would have gotten in trouble.
So you left the car there?
Had to.
So you left the car there?
Yes.
After you moved out on March 1st, when did you contact him?
For what?
For your car back.
I had tried calling him, and he wouldn't answer the phone. Tom had tried calling him, and he wouldn't speak to us. And so...
He wanted some stuff from the house.
He already got it.
What'd you do with the car, Mr. Harpster?
I sold it, actually.
To whom?
A friend of mine.
Show me. Show me proof that you sold it.
I don't even have proof, but I did, though.
When did you sell it?
3 weeks ago. Actually, I didn't even have a problem with giving them back the title for their car. I didn't want their car. I could care less about that car, but when I asked them for the rest of the things back, such as the key for the motorcycle that was left in the garage, they started a big problem. So
you sold the car?
No, not necessarily.
How much did you get for it?
$900.
What year car was it?
92 Acura.
How many miles did it have on it?
117,000.
Could I get the blue book on a 1992 Acura? Bird, it's a hatchback.
Yes.
Let's put it in fair condition, please.
What kind of car is it?
Integra GSR.
It wasn't a GSR. It was a GS.
GS.
Fair condition, 1625.
Could I take a look? That's the G. You have to teach me how to do this thing.
She has an Integra. There's the Integra list. 92 Acura.
Right, a GS.
And then the GS. And then she has a GS hatchback. So 1625 on fair condition.
Your Honor.
What is it, sir?
As Tim's saying, that car is a GS. The GSR was it was a special edition. It was only came in the hatchback. The car was a hatchback. If he had the title.
Only a difference of $100, sir. Listen, you have to consider yourself very, very lucky that I'm even considering any part of your claim, because usually when people come into a court with not clean hands, I throw them out.
I understand what you were saying as far as the defrauding insurance company, but the fact is that Tim was primarily driving that car. His car was often parked.
Let me explain something to you. You want me to read you what your girlfriend said in her complaint?
Well, I've read it.
You want me to read you?
myself.
Okay. The insurance policy on my car was about to expire, and Tim said he could put it on his policy so that I could get a cheaper rate. That's why she says that you put the car in his name
That was
to
not
get
the-
a cheaper rate. That's fraud on the insurance company, sir. Any way you slice it. You're very, very fortunate that I'm considering any part of your claim. Certainly not worth $2,800. I don't believe that you got $900 for it. I'm not even sure that it's still not sitting in your driveway someplace.
No, it isn't. I did sell it.
And you sold it because you were angry over your property.
No, actually, I sold it because I asked them, I would have gave them the car back. Yes, I was upset about my property.
So why don't you
I'm not-
just say yes
Yes, I was upset
instead
about
of
that.
excuses? So you were angry that they wouldn't give you the key to your motorcycle and the other things that
Your
you
Honor,
want. You said,
may
I'm
I?
speaking. So you said, car's in my name, and this, according to your answer, you said I could do whatever I want with it.
Plus,
That's what
also,
you
it
said.
was left there, yes.
That's what you said. Car's in my name, I can do whatever I want with it. Right?
Yes.
Your Honor, we did leave the car there, but what were we supposed to do? Remove
You
the
were
car?
supposed to do exactly what you did now, sir, which is immediately go to small claims court there and have a case that was heard sometime the beginning of March. That's what you're supposed to.
गाड़ी आज निकलनी चाहिए क्या कोई दिक्कत नहीं है थोड़ी वक्त ठंडा फोन लगाओ अभी तक नहीं आया आपसे अपनी गलती नहीं है सारदा गलती आ नहीं है अपनी हैंडल खोल लेते ना भाई ये बढ़िया चल रही है रिकॉर्ड दे करते समझे नहीं हमने कार फेंक दे तो हम गाड़ी गाड़ी तो नहीं है ठीक है चलेंगे कल वाले सुबह को पता सुबह किधर चले गए मैंने सीधो है लाखों 50,000 रुपये में आएंगे ले ले 3D ड्राइविंग वालों तो ले 3 घंटा मेरे को फिर बुधे फिर कम्युनिटी पोस्ट कर लगू अब माने दूसरे की पोस्ट कर दी है ये बहुत दिमाग लगा रहे यार दूसरी हो गई है कर दे दूसरे की पोस्ट उठा करे नहीं थे अरे यार तुम मेरी बात नहीं समझो हमने तेरे प्रमोट कर दो अपने जरिए और तू और को कर दो करो अब बवाली मैंने लगा मैंने ब्लॉक बस कर दी अभी मैंने तो खाने देगी तो कैसे होते थे 35,000 चली गई कल स्टार्ट करी थी लला मैंने रात में 8-9 बजे बंदे को गाड़ी डाली है देख ले म्यूजिक वर्ड
Download the chemistry app now.
बच्चों खींच लिया जाए पूरे चलन दे इसके दे अभी कल व्यू जाओ 1.5 घंटा देखेंगे मेरे पे क्या लगा चुप रहा वही मार करवा दी मोटरा उन्होंने मैंने कहाँ खाई ना बताएंगे क्या समझाओ तब समझाए क्रॉस कर चुका वो पता हो गया ऐसा अब क्रॉस कर चुका और कंपनी वाले नहीं कर हम नहीं कर पाएंगे ऐसे के बाद अरे हम धुआं धक्का डाला तो नहीं करोगे ये कंट्रोल कर वाला क्षमता तो कम मतलब तो ये कौन से सेंटर करेंगे लेकिन देख ही पूरे नींद तो नहीं ना अब देखे का खबयान जा रही सागरान जा रही मजूरा मुझे वो सागरा कितना है कैसी बैठे आती है माँ तो हाल ले जाओ मेरा भी दोस्त का आते हैं तो मुझे बता नहीं सकता मेरा क्या प्लान है क्या करें बताओ इन लोग बस नहीं चलाना एक भी और घेर लें भाई में तो पेलोटे में और कर ले एक भी आगे ठीक स्वामी को पेड़ वाड़िया ही उठेगा कम है भाई तो और कर खम्मा कर लगे पता नहीं कहाँ चीज वाली जमा बनी गई थी कहाँ आईडी क्या बना था सर गिरोह देखो कर लो यार मूड जाम खराब गिरोह तो वहाँ पकड़े तुम देखियो वो पुराने में सब पकड़ जाए कैसे पकड़े हम रोज लगातार घंटा के 3000 आएगी यहाँ से हम रोज 2-3 डारे लगातार तीन के प्लस आए देखें भाई हम 2-3 डारे रोज तो नहीं करते हुए 3 दिन से मतलब नहीं है गिरोह पकड़ तब बाइक से पकड़ कल को डालो आपको चलो कल के बाद भाई की मेरी कल से सुधार भी रहेगी एक चैनल कट जाएगा हैं फिर आज चार्जिंग बनाई एक वीडियो रुपया 3-4-5 लाख खा चलो वही तो कह रहे हैं मेरे बिना बैंक खाता में आई है वो दूसरे खुलवाने वाले खुलवाई वही तो कह रहे मसला वाले कुत्ता कितनी बड़ी सपने देख रहे हो अब हम ऐसा करें मोनेटाइज के चक्कर में नहीं रहे मोनेटाइज सेव रह गया अलग सुन यही तो क्या करें बस वायरल करने चैनल जो कर लो ऐसा कर लो वायरल दूसरे चैनल पर पोस्ट दे रहा हूँ तू वाले एक वायरल कर लो वाले और दूसरे पे पोस्ट डाल के पूरे जो थोड़ा नहीं मजबूत किससे उसकी का मैं 2 वीडियो जॉइंट कर ली 2 कैंड मास्टर तो सही है नहीं सही है तो कौन सा ऐप करें पहले तो हम बाटे मार का ही नहीं याद लला अलगे में बाटर मार को वाले तो चला बैठे पहले ही तो कौन था तुम वो एक दिन बता गए यार बात हमने तो तुम लोगों ने तभी चैनल तुम लोगों ने दिखाए जब ग्रोथ पूरा है जे और हैक और कर लियो तुम लोग मेरे चैनल लोगों को कहाँ पर गरीब लोगों को ना सनी भैया हम तो तभी चैनल दिखाए तू एकदम शिकायत है ऐसे करने तुम्हें ऐसे करने तभी तुम्हें भाई साहब मोतीचूर लड्डू खिलाएंगे मोतीचूर लड्डू नहीं तू बस जब भी समातान उड़ार खींच दे भाई तो कहे हमें इतनी तेल दी जब तक वो कोई यूट्यूब वाले चले गए अब जब बच्चे की वायरल कराई दे तो जो प्रोसेस में लगोई है तभी जोड़ी हम संग जैसे मैं MS टकाटक पे वायरल हो गए थे मेरे पॉपुलर क्रिएटर ले रहे हो तो लाइव चैट खुली सब खुल गई थी मेरी कितने खुल जाता हूँ अरे वो बहुत मिलियन में तो यार कितने मिलियन करने मैंने कर रहे थे फॉलो अप और लाइव खोल रही थी सब कर लो तो मैंने वो थोड़ी मेहनत करी तो वैसी जगह मरी वहाँ कंपनी चली गई आ गई होगी ऐसे में कोई छिड़िया बुकरिया वीडियो बना कोई दिक्कत नहीं है लोग आज देखत तो लोग आज जुड़ी हैं हमने थोड़ी पर्दा बंदी कर दे ये साफ कर दे पर्दा दुकान तो बता प्राइवेट है प्राइवेट क्या करिए पता बता अरे यार मैं यूट्यूब कम चलाऊंगा मोहल्ला लौंगड़ा सब चलाए रहे बार जब वीडियो रोट खाने को मैं टेंशन मेरी गलती से आ रही मैंने होली जब वायरल होगी तो मैं बिना वर्टिंग प्राइवेट करते ही बाकी रीच नहीं चाहिए और मोटा चैनल पर रही दिखाई नहीं बोला मैं रीच कितने पे जो वायरल हुआ कल होली सब दिन गए थे 6000 ऑनलाइन 5000 जा रहा है थे आंसर तो लगा दो जा नहीं शॉर्टदार है तो शॉर्ट तो है भैया शॉर्ट होते हैं तो कुछ नहीं समझ नहीं आ रही है ज़्यादा है चलो हम दादा ही नहीं आई है इनकन 90,000 जब बन गए अंकित फिर भी आपको खर्चा हो गया ना जाम बन गए ये जगह देना 90,000 आगे ओके थोड़ी है यार 40-45,000 आते मास्टर नहीं है कहाँ जा रहा है परम 33 मिनट वहीं पे ऑन लिया जा रहे हैं जब बीच जब बढ़ जाए तब जो उसमें जा यार ये तो बात है जी कम्युनिटी पोस्ट डाल दे मौज आएगी आदमी की है इधर लगी हुई है पीछे को हटा दी मैंने पोस्ट डाल दे पी केयर पहले डॉक्टर फैमिली आए न्यू एपिसोड होल्ड है जब चैनल है फोटो देखो की लगा यूनाइटेड स्टेट 2022 का है भाई साहब चैनल कोई ऑप्शन तो नहीं दो जान बात कर भी लाए क्या तो ऑप्शन दे देने लो ले हो पूरा घंटा बहुत होता है कहाँ बात कर ले आप
You're a bit of a control freak, and it was really your conduct that forced her to move. In addition, she says she left the room in substantially the same condition that she found it. Left.
तो फॉक्स न्यूज बोल रहा हूँ काम क्लास लगाई लाला में कब आज पढ़ा के जा रहे
When were you and your wife married?
कब से मान गई है
Of 1998. And when did you separate?
नहीं
5 of 2020. You have children? Yes. How many? 2?
रिएक्शन दे रहा हूँ
Yeah, 2.
जो वायरल हुई है जब ना को मुझे दिक्कत है
2023 start. You left the house? Yes, I went to a birdhouse. Okay. Now I'd like to see the GoFundMe page that Ms. Padilla.
जुदी कब जो हुआ लोग सच में है हैं कितने यार भाई आदमी के बहुत बड़ी फैसला है वो यार हैं
बनता
एक आदमी जा रही है बनाए कहीं धर नहीं बनाए धर ले रहे अगले साल डले ना आप समझा तुम वो लिखे नहीं है यार शॉर्ट वालों को इसमें ले तो दो यार आज का स्टार्ट शॉर्ट पे चल भैया जैसे जे स्टाफ हिसाब है चैनल तो नहीं पूरी जीमेल तो नहीं गायब हो नहीं गायब हो यार जीमेल ना गायब हो पुराना हो गया नाम कुछ नहीं हो पुराना है बहुत स्टार्ट पड़ता ही नहीं आठ आए दही मार के इकट्ठी कर रहे तीन वीडियो 7 बजे 8 बजे 8 9 10 3 बजे कोई टाइम नहीं हो जब वायरल हो तब भूखड़ी हो दिनों में हो जाता है दिन में यार बना 8 मिनट पहले डाली बता मन तो रात में सब जगह मेरे खैर रहा तुम्हारी जगह रात में भूखड़ी जोर रखा और अमेरिका सिटी ऐसी रहेगी वहाँ पे उजी तो है देर रात एक ही जगह उजी तो अम्मा चले 4 नमकीन है और 50 ठंडा नहीं आ गया जा सकता मेरी दुकान चला था हम आ जाएंगे क्या दिए पे पड़े हैं ऑर्डर का क्या दिए 4 नमकीन 50 ठंडा और 2 सुपारी ना सुपारी बंद करा मोहड़ी जो अल्लाह होता है अरजाकी का सबकी अल्लाह होता ऐसे फंड रहा वो खड़ी क्या चांद पहुंचे चांद पे ये करता बोरा लाया था रे सब गंगा तय जा रही बोरा लाया तो सब गंगा ऊपर ही जाए जो दिन में काम करे हो तो शाम के टाइम पर ना अब गाँव में ये आदमी पसीना करने लगा मजाक में लेती हमेशा साथ एक तुम कस नहीं तो तुम्हें दिमाग ना मैंने बताया एक चैनल तो दो कितने चैनल करे थे एक पे तू देख शॉर्ट रात करा जब गिली शॉर्ट बहुत ऑडियंस अगर आएगी तो भाई जो बात कर देंगे एक दिन नहीं अच्छा एक जीमेल है मेरी बहुत पुरानी जीमेल जीमेल में कहना है अच्छा तो पे वो वीडियो नहीं दे एक पहले जही पे डाल रहे और वो तुमने एक शनि साक्ष्य वालो है तुमने एक बनाओ तो पास तुम पे निर्जीवे हुए पहले बनाई थी अच्छा नहीं ये को ध्यान नहीं है फोन खत्म है वो सब तो तुम वो फोन सही कर लीजिए क्या करे चलो घरो है वो फोन घरे शॉट करना बहुत जरूरी है एक ने संताप चैनल पहले भाई दो वो जिंदगी में नहीं निकाल सका वो गिलास दो ही नहीं जाने निकाल ले तो देखे दारे
What do I think? I think he was a good businessman.
जो धो लिया जो गंदे हैं देख दोनों हैं दोनों बोतल बड़ी है ये 1000 रुपये में बढ़िया लगी मेरे भी खराब चल रहा चल रहा खराब थोड़ा एयरटेल लगी है हमारी जीव भी आई धर्म का ये है राजमुख ऑप्शन नहीं दे रही जब जुड़ी अच्छा बात कर रहे हो
There came a time when, according to your complaint, she was in a situation where she was going to become homeless, she and her family, and you agreed to allow her to move in with you and your family. Yes. And there was an agreement to pay rent. She moved in with husband and some children. No.
No, I can't go.
And a broken apartment.
सीढ़ी में बैठे हैं सीढ़ी में बैठे हैं बैठे रोटी खा ले फिर कौन दुकान आते हैं काम तो करो ना जब घर हो गया जब घर है तो क्या काम करो कहीं घूमन कहाँ टेंशन पार्टी का मिल गई बहुत दारो जाके बोल रही है निकाल में एक दार खिला है 1000 सब्सक्राइबर आएगा दूसरे प्योर वाले पहले जीमेल पे लगा नहीं की जैसी फोटो ऐसा कुछ नहीं अच्छा सोच गलत है जाबू देना कि नहीं कौन से दिया
इधर ही पाए थे
मेरे पे आता ही नहीं यार, यार चल जुड़ी बात समझ आप बन के निकल जाते भाई क्या मैं दिन आते ही नहीं है, तो वीडियो नहीं आ रहे, हमने कल खोज करी थी, आई ही नहीं। क्या नाम डाले? जल्दी डालो, आते ही नहीं। जब जुड़ी के मतलब खुलौना लगा था, जोड़ी बोल के मंगाते हैं। अरे हम समझ गए, बोलवेन पे आए, बोलवेन खिलौना आएगा। अच्छा लिखो तो यार जुड़ी लिख रहे थे। एक आदमी मेरे को शेयर कर दीजिए, अगर मंगा लो आइए। अब कार्ड आ रहे तुम क्या बताओ, शॉर्ट जा रहे हैं तो वीडियो जा रहे हैं, वीडियो सही है। वीडियो कर 3 महीना के वीडियो खाल फट गए थे, एम भी साफ हो जी तो बताओ। लगा भी बनाए थे मैं, हलवा लगाते हैं। उठाओ मुँह बजाए तो बढ़िया तरीके से बजी हुई। लाइट कितनी बड़ा है गाँव में। ले लोग एक दूसरे ढीले जब डोरा का पता पैसे ले गया तो अमृत देखा बहनी की लंडी पेप्सी बोतल दोगरा अमृत कह रहे जागना से तो फेर आएगी तुम्हारे से आगे कितने को रुपये बने जाएंगे हैं 37 को 2800 कर दे दिखाई देगा 2800 रुपया को आती है मैं कर लेते तो मुझसे बनाए आगे तो दिखा दो मैंने तो तुम्हें 1 लाख तुम्हें दिखाई दे रहे 40 तो ऊपर होने चाहिए छिप जा कर एक काम करें तो एक चैनल को बंदा कल कह रहा हो तुम तो आधे 50-50 काम करो हैं तो बात चैनल ऑडियंस खिंचवा ले रहे बात देख रहा हूँ 50 का काम होगा भाई।
अच्छा ये लगाओ तो तुमने सुगंधा की
नत्ता की तैयारी
जगह बढ़िया है नहीं नहीं
मैं बढ़िया गाली है बुरी है तो
बहुत बढ़िया ये रहने दे नहीं
बजट तो सुगंधा इनका काम हो जो उसको उठाइए तो गाड़ी हमने कैसे कम तो मेरी पोस्ट डाल दो तुम डाल ही नहीं करना कोई पता नहीं ना ऑडियंस कितना चली जाए कितना वो
ले आओ नहीं तू अपना फोन लोरा ही जा रही है अखिलेश ने चलाई थी एम्बुलेंस
एम्बुलेंस हो जाती तो मतलब मोदी ने कुछ नहीं करो
ना हाँ मोदी ने करो क्या ना बना है कोई और फीता काटे कोई और मोदी ने एक बिहार में गाड़ी चलाई दी बिहारी ने
हॉस्पिटल खुलवाए दो
खान साहब का वो खोलो तो अच्छे से इलाज हो करे बिहारी ने कुछ
बिहार में
इलाज कम
तो जितने जो लोगड़ा बात कर रहे थे तो बिहारी
है जवाब सही गई
लोगड़ा बिहारी स्टूडेंट हैं तो इनके बॉडी पता नहीं कितने को चीज दे दे यूट्यूब से ऑनलाइन
बिहारी भैया सबसे आगे बिहारी है
अब देखो का दिमाग लगाओ इनने जैसे तुम अपने घर मोबाइल में का देखा जा रहा था जा बताओ चलो हम तुमसे ही दिमाग लगाएंगे गंदा हम तो ढोला चलो देखा तो मेरे लड़का आजकल का देखा था आजकल आदमी सीआईडी या फिर अदालत नाटक नहीं देखा तेरा सीआईडी देखा और आदमी एकदा देखने लगे तो पूरा खत्म कट है सोई सिस्टम वहाँ को अमेरिका को एक नाटक है फेमस नाटक जग जुड़ी तो वहाँ में का होते करे कोर्ट रूम होते करे लड़ाई होते करे आपस में केस नहीं जात रोज
सीआईडी जैसो
तो हम वो नाटक चलत तो लोगड़ा क्या करते हैं अमेरिका वालों नाटक उठाए के इंडिया में अपलोड कर देते रात में तो भाई देखने वाले कहाँ के हुए हैं क्या बताओ अमेरिका ही हुए तो प्रचार कहाँ को चले यूट्यूब चैनल पे अमेरिका को तो कहाँ की भी कमाई कहाँ की हुई है तो चैनल पे अमेरिका की तो डॉलर में हुई है तगड़ी तगड़ी कमाता भाई जैसे सिस्टम करता भी बोली
बिहारी भैया एक तो 100 बिहारी भैया बहुत मैंडेट है बिहारी तुम देखो कोई नहीं और यूएसए वाले अपने यानी कि डाट पे कमाई कर नहीं डाल
अरे वो खड़ी भिखारी बने चाहते कभी
उनको मन कोई तो है तुम एक
तुम्हारे को अगर $1 इंडिया में 1000 व्यूज आ रहे तो तुम्हें कितने रुपए कमाई हुई है इंडिया में आ रहे तो
कितने
20 रुपए आके और होने के व्यूज अगर तुम्हें अगर 1000 आ जाए 2800 रुपए मिले तुम्हें
उन्हें को
$35-40 मिलते 1000 व्यूज पे
उनको $1 और यानी 85 रुपया
इसको निकालो ये नहीं करवाएगा इसको ये नहीं पता है कि वहाँ का आदमी यहाँ से काम करने क्यों आएगा तुम्हारे डोकरा हर चलाते करे हर सुनो जब इतनी टेक्नोलॉजी होती है उन पर बड़ी कंप्यूटर हर चीज की व्यवस्था आती है एक नंबर हॉलीवुड की पिक्चर में अंदाज लगा ले तुम सन 75 की मूवी तुम्हें दिखाया देंगे मेरे बाबूजी को जन्मदिन बाबा सन 75 की हॉलीवुड की मूवी है तुम्हें नहीं दिखाया देखो मैंने एकदम एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करी है
कोई
वो बैठो अभी खराब भी हो जाता हाँ एकदम में ही हो जाता इनकी कल तो साथ में ही आए थे तुम्हें कहो चढ़ी देख लो तो तुम्हें हाँ वर्मन पहले गौर ही नहीं कर पाई औरतें दिख रही ठड़ी सी का पता मूर्ति ले जाए नहीं पाई आराम नहीं तो उनका जाए कहते हैं तो मूर्ति तो 5-15 रुपये ले पता है कोई तबीयत खराब हो मैं समझा रहे मान से ही है पीले चुप्पा पीले मुझे बीच में जो समझा और टाइम टैप पे चलाते करे थे ऑपरेशन को शरीर है तो वो तार आर भीतर में हलना है कोई दिक्कत तो कितनी दो जी लगती है डॉक्टर में सबसे 15 पीले अब नहीं पहले नहीं चलाते हैं लोगों को कभी कभी चलाए लेते मक्के चलाओ तो कर ले देंगे शुरू में जी नहीं चलाओ तो शरीर में बेकार है ना बजाना था ज्यादा लोड कम कर तो 15 पी ले तो तबीयत खराब नहीं हो जाए डॉक्टर ने मना कर दी तुम्हें बचने आया था चलने तो ना पियो बाकी दवाई गई भर गाड़ी है इंजेक्शन रोज लगा दो मोनो से और का हमारे थे एम्बुलेंस कुछ नुकसान का तो नहीं करे बता नींद सही आ जाता नींद तो आदमी वैसा सही है यार नींद भोसड़ी कम को खट्टी आ जाती है करना ही डॉक्टर आपको बता रहा हूं तो बता दो एक बार टीम कैच पे डाल दो एक दारू बाद में कैच पे डाल दो कैच पे मरी जाओ अच्छा ये इसीलिए है कि कीटाणु मार गए तो एहसास है ये सीरीज से क्या सीख मिली तुमको सीख ये मिली है कि दारू कीटाणु का सफाया करती थी पेट के सब बढ़िया बढ़िया हाल बढ़िया माँ तो कल का तो एक दारू 10 बाल्टी मर गए एक पानी तो साले गधा ने वो दारू नहीं सूंघी ओके पानी पी लिया अच्छा साले गधे दारू नहीं पीते माता ने वफा था सब काम हो हाँ भैया क्या करें तो सुबह फिर नहीं है खेलने तो ज्यादा ही जब थोड़ा पीन का है पेट में पी रोन लगे कभी यार कोई बीमारी अरे ज्यादा उम्र नहीं हुई है ज्यादा कितनी उम्र है की बराबर है वो तो बहुत छोटे बराबर है तो है मुझे छोटे 30-32 के लगभग हुए है 35 तो नीचे हुए 32-33 ही हुए 32 को है बीमारी है 30-32 को या 5 बीमारी हो जाए 5 साल को बीमारी जे लग गई 50 साल को कर दे अरे ना ये देख कैसे हो जाए मेरे शरीर में घुन लग जाए ना सिस्टम वो और है भैया देखो शराब हम नहीं कहा देखो शराब नुकसानदायक है पर शराब के समय खाए वो बहुत फायदेमंद है अभी खाता नहीं है मैंने नमक से चाटा पे पिए तो वो देखो भैया यार मैं देखो करो ये बंदा खा बेकार लगा मैंने बंदा खा रहे थे वो फोन कर दो वो पौआ आई जाओ बंदा पूरा के पन्ना खाए पन्ना दो मोचे रोल खाए लो थोड़े तली और पी लो पौआ टक्की बैठी है जो करते थे हमें देखत देगा ये सब घंटा मूरा है मूरा देख जरे पानी को कुंडे में भरा तो वही पी जाते चार घेड़ की दारू चली घेड़ की दारू चंद्रा दिल आदुरमपुरा मत जाते मर जाते जवाब से मरने वाले मत जाते हैं नहीं लेरे मत जाते लेरे पीने लगते और बढ़ जाते दुनिया को आदि पिए तो और दुनिया कोल्ला भाई दे रुपया लेते थे और पी के मर जाते फिर ये खेतन में डरे पैकेट के पैकेट में भरा वाली थी हाई डोज कर दो आप तो पी लो हम अपने मकान गए तो कल पानी लगे बाजू में पूछा दिन में तो रात में नहीं मारे पड़े उस रात पानी लगे कि कहाँ कचरो कहाँ हो 5 दिन में देख ली तो अभी मकान को देखो दिखाया नीचे में दिखाया बैठ गया तो भीड़ लगो यार बक्सा था पेटी डरी बक्सा था अरे जब जो पसरा में खेत तो जहाँ में मूंगफली खोद रहे थे, हम रंजीपा की मूंगफली खोद रहे थे, वो नेक्सा खेत करे वहाँ में मूंगफली वहाँ में मकान में लगो ढेर दद्दर दुनिया बता देते तो गाड़ी मैं देख कर नहीं मैं तो मैंने कौन से ठगो में रहा है अपन कौन में दबाते ज्यादा घर करा पे भाई मान लिया घर ले आए हम से सब घर ले आए समझ बोली ले गए दिन में सब बाने पूरी बोली भाई के नहीं बोल चल क्या पैसे सारी तो खान बोली बात नहीं पूरी समझा का ये बोली हां बे हाल का बजा तुम रखा है क्या थोड़ी देर में गायब ये आड़ में रात ना देख रात को का घुस रहो घरवाले वो बच्चे कहीं दही ताजी नजरानी दासी सुनी घरवाले वो बच्चे कहीं तू पिए नहीं खाने डाल खाने नहीं आई बदली में सब पूरी हम मगा काटे तो जब वाले में फिर कुछ नहीं निकलेगी हमारे नहीं निकलेगी जरा बोली पापा तो साल हो गया सुबह भी गई थोड़ा 15 फीट में 15 अरे अभी नहीं मिला तो हमने एक दिन भाई तो हम मगा काट अलग जाते हैं अलग मुंह दूर है हम खाली जगह पे और मगा काट दे दही पर गोरिया दी गोर तो जब दही हमारे फिर सारे पकड़ी भारी सड़क खाई दही खारी मेरे भोसड़ी वाले मेरी मकान भेजे और हम पकड़े कितनी की मकान थी मकान कितनी है ये काका जो मौजूद है भाई पकड़ी थी बताओ तो मेरी मकान नहीं पकड़ी बताओ मैं जाओ आप सारे जाओ उठा ली भाई उठा ली क्यों पकड़े जी हम किसकी मकान है ये अच्छा कोई तो बड़ा है जो खेत करें एक पेड़ी पूरी गाड़ी उठाती थी एक पेड़ी अलग धक गई बहुत धरी रह गई तो संध्या सवेरे गए थे फिर नहीं बता संध्या से थी तो चलिए कुछ तो हमें दारू कहाँ है तो हम फिर यार क्या बात कर रहा तो वो कभी कुछ बदल तो हम जाने मगर काटे भगतरा जाई पी मरी है बहुत सारी वो कौन तो मिले दारू कौन तो पाक रहा हूँ तो कौन तो गाँव तो गए दारू जल्दी पे गई जल्दी में तो चल के बात गो तो मकान में हो गए चलो खगा जारी बाकी निकाल नहीं जाए समझी कहा बस एक तो बता चल अरे कको कहा कि कहाँ है दारू ले दारू जिम धरे यार तेरे ले जाओ हम करती है आप एक पी लेती हैं पी ले उतारने तो दी से रोज पी हमसे तो मेरी मका कटे तब तक रोज पी थी उतार क्यों ने रोज दी तो जब भाई फिर हमारे ढाका बांध के हम लोगों को एक रोटी तो में जाओ घटे करे तो ये को हमने कब पी लो हम सारू जी ज्यादा बना लगी निगा एक को पीते तो बना ले कौन ही महीना 2-4 महीना पे के फिर एकदम खत्म था और हम तो मारे को चांस और नसान भाई साहब दोबारा में लगे अल्कोहल की मात्रा और इंजेक्शन की मात्रा हो तुम सोच नहीं सकते ठीक है दारू वाले को तो घोड़े भैंसिया वालों पहले भैंसिया पलाए वालों को इंजेक्शन हाथ करें सुई दे मिला के दे ले पी ले खत्म मर जाए अरे ये को आदमी एकदम में अपने बोल लगे तो इसे वहीं की और कोई बहाना जो है बाको बना पे बहाना देखो वासी आसार पेप्सी में दे दो भैंसिया वाले इंजेक्शन भरती होते जा में हॉस्पिटल में मरा तो नहीं है पेशाब करते रहे वो फिर मुंह के बाद फिर पानी कमी आई फिर चक्कर आने लगे बोतल नहीं लगे तो कामयाब नहीं हो जाएगी बहुत पिटारी उतारी मैंने और पास से ये खेते छोड़े तो मका धारी रहे तो मनिया टाइम होता देखते लालू करे सबसे ज्यादा दिन खेतन में उतारी जाती बा पट्टी पे लालू करे लालू तम राम वालू मका करे कोई जासूसी मिली हमरा में और वाले 2 मोटरसाइकिल पे उतरे फटाफट फटाक से मका शानदारी चले दारू लेकिन मिली अरे भाई गायब कर और उन्हें मिल जाते तो कहा किसकी मका है तो बाबू तो ठगा दे तुम भी ठगा दे कितनी जगह करे दारू कहाँ दबी बखने नहीं के दबी थी नहीं मने यार कहाँ दाब देते रात में मेरे को जो काम हो तो दारू दबाए दिन में आया था देख तो रात को कहाँ आए रहो कौन रात भैया बैठे हार रात में सप्लाई करते थे दूध की टाइम में दूध है भोसड़ी की कितनी करी बारात हम लोग बारात में आए थे वहीं बैठे थे तो अभी हुई हो हमारे अगर गेड़ वाली दारू चल रहा थी तो हमारे घुरेला मरेला दोनों में छाते गड्ढे थे हम, बस काम खत्म। और राजेश मत जाते और
बंदरा और स्टार्ट हुई है तो पी दे
अरे डेरे पिए लगते हैं और काय मिल नए लोड़ा के शिकार होते, नए लोड़ा काय डेली मिलती पे ढूंढ के खेता ना मैं देख हम तुम पानी पत्ता
उन्हें सवेर कितनी बावड़ाते करे दारू के लिए
रखते और मेरे ठीक है जाते सुबह इतना कर देखे हम काय होने आया इसका साथ रहते जब काय जब मेरे खेत के चोर है तब पेटी दबी थी भोसड़ी के नहीं हूं वो आदमी जाना ही नहीं, तो उन्हें बातें बना रही हैं कोई नहीं बा टाइम पे बाजरा सब खबे आए गए थे और पेटी निगारी आती भोसड़ी फिर मजा आता भाई हाथ दावे धरे हम पहुंची नहीं जनता
बाजरा उतनी हुई जो हम कुट कर देते मकान में बाजरन में बहुत पेटी दबा
गाड़ी उठाते
अरे एक दिन
पैसा वाले का काम को विदेश को थोड़े पैसा वाले करने वाले थे, रंपुर की हथे सब पैसा करने वाले
गड्ढा कर देते गड्ढा मैंने मटकिया में घूमते ही गड्ढा बेचने वाले गड्ढा करें थे खेतन में हाल हटाते पारो नकारो पौआ चल ले पकड़ो मोरा को एक दिन आम खजड़ियाँ लेने जा रहे थे आम मैंने देख लो पौआ निकाल मेरे में हाथ डाल दो मटकिया में मैंने ये कैसे ले गड्ढा तो वही मटकिया खड़ी थी नीचे और क्या बोला भाई आम ठड़े परे लो तो हाँ उन्होंने पाई खजड़ियाँ लेके आम लेके आए रहे थे तो मैं कहा मैं पौआ की टाइम तो चला ही रहा तो मेरा दवा है लेकिन जो हाथ का डाल रहा मैं चलो मारा मैं क्या मैं देख के मैंने हटाओ पा रहा मैंने खींच लो गच्चे थे मैंने दे दो पुन्नी को मैंने कि ले पियो ले बने तो है निकला अरे निकला ये तो कहा है तुम्हारी निकला ये की बात का ले एक सही है हाँ जा को देख रहे हो हुसैन साहब तुम दारू पियो नुकसान नहीं करे पर भूसड़ी के खाली पेट ही पॉलिश कर देते तुम दारू पे खाई तो मुंह आते प्याज थे दुकान फैक्ट्री का नाम श्याम की फैक्ट्री ढंगन हमने और जो है काली खान कम लगाऊ तो मियाँ फैक्ट्री जाए मशीन लगे तो हम लोगों ने जोड़ दो उनका वो गेट के लिखा बोली मेरी मशीन गेट के बगल में काली खान की मशीन मुंडा चू रोज एक आधी धल्ले करे यार मालिक है बहन जो करो क्या करे जब नहीं तुम्हें अन्न को दाना नहीं निरंजन जान ले तो संजा को दातो तो इतनी सलाद बनाए भोसड़ी खीरा अंगूर सेव फलाना डमका भोसड़ी इतनी लगा दे तो छली काट के लगा ले तो अब बहन जो मुझे धीरे धीरे करने लगो काली खान पियर नहीं धीरे धीरे करने लगो हम साथ के लेने लगे मन में सोची दो चार दिन में लो और सलाद बका बक खाई बहुत खराब फरी जा रही तुरंत ही मैं 2-3 दिन के बाद मशीन सुनते छोड़ दे माँ जाए अरे भूसड़ी तो आए 4 दिन बाद हो गई तो पियो तो ना भी नहीं कोई त्योहार हो पूरी दिवाली ईद बकरीद कुछ हो पैसा लेंगे तो पता कब चीज की दिवाली है बोतल 400 रुपये वाली बोतल त्योहार की बात अलग है जब तो वही बात अलग हुई बोतल खूब तो आदमी बैठेगी दे तो बोतल है कारीगर त्योहार की बात अलग है कोई फंक्शन है वो बात अलग है हम उसे सोए गए मेरे को चढ़े धंधा का नाम जो केसरी भैया को है हमने भी मनी ब्याह करो बहुत बुरा को है यार मैं बोलती पूरा
अरे यार भूरे नहीं है यार, भूरे केसरी, भूरे तो केसरी।
अरे वो अच्छा प्रेमदास
प्रेमदास
ये अलग है
बाकी यार हम 6 उठे या तो 10-11 को टाइम मोर पैर उठाई हम गए बाजार जा रहे सेविंग कटवान जा हमने काम है तो नींद में ही रहे हम। सुबह द्वार है आसाराम के द्वार झंडा सजाए सुबह रुक जा हम रुक गए क्या व्यवस्था है हमने क्या की व्यवस्था है तो सिवाय दे यार आज पार्टी कर दो हम नहीं मान रहे हम तो बर्बाद हैं क्यों हो रहा है हमें सोचा है मैंने कहीं बैठ ली चलो झंडा वैसो ही छोड़ दो उन तो सीधो का ब्याह लाए सजा रहा हूँ वही सजा रहे हो पूरी कच्चा अभी यहाँ लाए रहे बैठो बैठो 100-150 ग्राम को दे पीछे बैठो गाड़ी बैठी हमने कही बैठे को अब जो ठेका पे जाएगा देसी कहाँ बाजे देसी रुपये अभी देसी नहीं आ जाए अपने लाए हम ना किन के ढंगा ना आए किसानी संज्ञा है तो हमने तुम्हें लगा था हम देसी ऐसी